Hello, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Unfortunately, this is my first video. It wasn't supposed to be my first video. I actually did a I say very long, it's 23 minutes long, video of me doing an all grain brew. I've tried for the last 2 weeks trying to get it uploaded, but it's just really not happening. So until I figure out how to do it, I'm going to have to sort of like merge it all into about 5-6 minutes, just quick short snippets. At the minute I am transferring I've made a black lager. I'm transferring that to my bottling bucket. Originally I fermented it out in the bottling bucket and it was really bitty, cloudy, and it wasn't clearing. So I transferred it to another bucket and I'll put that in the shed for another, it's been in there 2 weeks now, so now it's sort of time to start bottling, hopefully with hardly any bits in. So yeah, okay. Well, this is a black lager that I brewed out of the Homebrew beer book, the Bible as a lot of people call it. My one main issue was the fact that I didn't have a sort of a mash tun, like a cooler or anything. So what I did is I did the extract version, and I spoke to a couple of people for some advice, because it was my first time using grains that I've been out and brought myself and weighed and everything. Whereas before I've done the partial mashes as kits from websites, and they send like the clone beers in like mini mashes. So this is the first time. And I spoke to Brewmaster Ben. Well, I say I spoke to Brewmaster Ben. I probably bugged him with all different questions, and basically he told me to mash it in 27 litres of water. Well, unfortunately, I've only got 15 litre pot. So I spoke to him and he said that'll be fine. It'll just be more of a concentrated wort. So yeah, and then I spoke to my other friend, and he said to up my hop usage by 25%, so you can really taste and see as it's concentrated, because obviously the recipe's stating for 27 litres. So this is nearly transferred now. I'm going to batch prime it with 170 grams of sugar dissolved in hot water, and then hopefully I'll get bottling. So yeah, right then, I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, right, I've just dissolved 170 grams of sugar in that water. I've got my bottling bucket all set up. I'm just going to have a quick chat with you about bottles. I know it doesn't sound that interesting. Let's just turn that up a bit again. I know it doesn't sound that interesting, and to be quite honest, it's not actually interesting. I use these sort of bottles if I can. I brought, I think it's about 12 of them. I think they've worked out about £10. Good thick glass, and you don't have to worry about capping. Unfortunately, I get married Saturday, so funds have been a little bit tight. So I would like to just always use all these, but obviously £10 for 12. I don't say £10, but I will, for my next brew, I will be buying and probably another 2 boxes of these. I also use the grass ones if I can. Obviously, caps. I also I drink a lot of tonic water in our house, and I just literally use a plastic bottle. Obviously I like to fill at least one up if I can. Feel the carbonation in it. I know that the rest should pretty much be on par. I like it as well because it's got a black lid. Now, you might call me a bit of a bottle snob, but I hate it when people fill soft drink bottles up and leave the branded soft drink cap on. There's just something about it I just really don't think. I know it's only homebrew, I know it's not supposed to be professional, but in my eyes, a lot of people say that you taste with your eyes first, which is true. and I went to a homebrew shop. I've got two near me. One absolutely brilliant, one that I use all the time. And I dropped my car off for a service the one day, and there was one down the road, so I had a wander in, and I was talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, I've got this, so try this, try that." It all tasted foul. I don't know what the hell she'd done, because a couple of the kits I'd done myself, and they were amazing, but I tried them anyway. And B, they're in Coca-Cola bottles, still with the labels on, and I don't know, I just don't like to use them. You can call me a bottle snob, whatever, but I personally don't like to use them. I do, however, use these, because once you take the label off, it's just a blank cap. A blank cap, that's the word I was looking for. I knew it began with B. So those are the ones I use. If I fail to use those, well, if I run out of those, I do use normal bottles. I try and get the ones where the labels are easy to come off. I did go through a stage of absolutely loving Tribute, but the labels are ridiculous to get off. So I do still use them. I try and get the labels off if I can, but they are a nightmare to get off. And obviously, I've got my capper and caps for the odd ones that I haven't got the room for. So I've got a lot of the glass bottles with the flip lids. They've all got star sanding. They've all been washed out. They've all got star sanding. I've got my bottling wand that I am going to give a good spray with star sand. Okay. And then that just literally goes on the bottom of there. And that's it. I'm not going to bore you with bottling, because, well, there's no need to bore you with bottling. I'm sure a lot of you have bottled everything before, but I am just going to show you me bottling one, and then I'll catch up with you when I've finished bottling. Alright, see you in a second. Okay, so literally all I'm going to do, crack the bottle open, tip the sarsan out, and all you do is as a lot of you may know, it's got a little plastic knob there. Push the bottom against it. Let's open the tap first. Let's open the spigot. There we go. And in it goes. Oh, you know what? Let's put the sugar in first. Otherwise nothing's going to carbonate, is it? Okay, so now put the sugar in. Up to the bottom. And she fills up. And just below the neck, release it off. Start on it all, including the cap. Bit of a shake, make sure it's all mixed in, and that's it. That is literally all I do. Okay, well there we have it. That's my bottling done. I managed to fill one of these up. Well, actually I managed to fill 3 of these up. All my little pop tops, swing tops, whatever you want to call them. Also, I forgot to mention this at the start of the video. I'm trying to reuse this. Obviously there's 5 litres in it. At the minute I'm trying to get it to seal on the top. So we'll see, because it was bubbling. I sprayed the top with star sand and it was bubbling out. So what I've done is I've gave it another shake, and I've actually filled the rim. See that? I've actually filled the rim with water just to sort of like get it to try and seal. And obviously if it's bubbling tomorrow, I know that it's trying to carbonate, but we're losing it. So I'm just going to leave that somewhere out the way where it's not going to be messed again. Actually, what I might do is tip the water out, give it one final shake, put it out the way, and fill the rim with water again, and then just keep an eye on it. Really, if this does work, then brilliant. I'm going to buy a few of those, because I know Stafford Brewery sell them for a few pounds, empty obviously. Get a few of them and try and spray them black and put a bit of a logo on it, and then it's just something cool to keep. I've been in touch with somebody today to actually buy their 10-gallon brew setup. It's they've gone into commercial, so they're just trying to get rid of it. He's the other side of the country, but he's willing to sort of travel halfway, and so am I. But obviously, like I said, I get married on Saturday, so for the minute, funds are non-existent, as you guys who are married know, and you guys who are getting married know, and you guys who haven't even thought about marriage, buy all your brew gear now. That's my advice. Right then, so I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Well, it's like my second video I've recorded, but it's my first video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'll try and get a bit of a montage up of my actual brewing of it. Black lager, as you can see, it's very black. It is actually really clear. I haven't got a torch to hand. No, I haven't got a torch to hand, and that won't work. So, but hopefully this will all carbonate nicely, and my next video I'll have a ring on that bad boy, and I shall give you a taste test. Okay guys, well thanks a lot for watching. Thanks to Brewmaster Ben for his help and advice. I think I would have wussed out if it wasn't for you, buddy, so thank you. Yeah, so I'll see you next time, guys and girls. Take care.